Welcome to Sweeping the Country. I'm your host, Derik Walker. My co-host, Mr. Jimmy Carter. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh man, this has been a weird spring already
In what way? What
because
do you mean?
in the weather, first of all,
Yeah, true.
in the South, this normally is a time when we have tornadoes. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining
Yeah.
because but there just hasn't been any kind of. We have no rain in the forecast for the next 10 days or something, and April flowers, April showers brings May flowers or whatever it is. We're having to all irrigate like it's the middle of summer.
Yeah, we are doing the same thing. We have no
And that's really
snowpack.
weird.
Yeah.
There's supposedly a super El Nino or something that's brewing out there. So I don't know how, but the weather has been strange. And then a lot of people in the South are seeing snakes.
Well, because it's
Lots of
hot,
snakes
probably.
because it's hot. They've
Yeah.
come out of their hibernation, and I guess they're seeking water. And a lot of times animals, whatever they are, need
Mm-hmm.
water,
Yeah.
and there hasn't been any water. So we're having to irrigate. So I hope I don't bring snakes over to the house. But
I
the
would have.
flowers are nice with the irrigation, but it's just the weather is just weird, weird.
I've been thinking about it. I agree with you. We're having the same problem. I know Arizona. I have relatives in Arizona. They have the same problem, but it's different. Like they didn't get any snow this year. It's super hot and windy. It's just different everywhere. But I keep thinking, how long until these places that got no winter are going to run out of water, one, and then two, the East Coast got hammered with snow.
Well, what can you say? The weather's crazy because the world is crazy.
That's
world
true.
is
That is
The
true.
world is just nuts. I mean, this gas price thing, holy cow. I mean, at one point this week, I think gas was like, it may have gone up 20 or $30 in a day. And
Yeah,
then I'd forgotten that we had these kind of prices back in 2022, I think I looked and saw. I forgot that it was up that high
Yeah.
before.
No, I'm just looking right now. I pulled up the current gas prices as we do this right now. Average across the nation is over $4 everywhere, but you got a place in California where it's $8, $9. You got
Yeah,
other
that's
places
just,
where it's
yeah,
cheaper.
that's crazy.
Where are you?
That's
Let's see.
crazy too.
What are you paying right now for your gas?
Well, I haven't looked this afternoon. I haven't gone
380?
in. We have not gone into the $4 world, but I wouldn't be. I filled up 2 days ago because I knew it was not going to get better this week. So
Yeah.
I dodged a little bit because my truck takes 26 gallons.
Right, so that can cost you $90 easy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now here I am going to go on a driving trip. The
Well,
market fared okay as we do this show
mm-hmm.
today on April 7th. Market only went down to $85. I thought it would go down a lot more than that.
Yeah, it
And
seems to be
oil,
holding. Yeah.
now oil Brent crude stayed at 112, and that's where it stopped. But there are other oils. There are all kinds of oils, but the Brent one was the one we really generally watch, 112. But we'll see where it's going to go.
I
where it's
really
at
thought
today.
that would get up there higher. I really did.
Yeah, in some places, in some kind of oil, it did. It may be the oil. There's all kinds of different crudes, and it gets confusing to me because even though we don't need anything that comes out of the Strait of Hormuz, we're still attached to the world prices.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
all this stuff has got to be confusing to the American people. It
Oh,
really
sure.
is.
Yeah, sure.
And this whole war threat, it's got people really nervous. But you go back and you try to think of, before Iran has been up to monkey business for a long time.
Yes.
We bombed the stew out of them, and said we obliterated everything, which was not true. And so we went back in 5 weeks ago and did a bunch of stuff. And we underestimated them. It sounds like the intelligence people might have made a boo-boo because we didn't know they had as many rockets and drones as they have. We didn't seem to know that they had them all hid. And at one point, after we thought they were all gone and been told they were all gone, another person said, "Oh, they've got 50% still to go."
Yeah, where did all this come from? That's what I
Yeah,
understand.
they're all buried, and so they've been ready. They've been ready for bad things for a while, and then they go and shoot down our F-15
Yes.
with shoulder-fired missiles. We hadn't had that
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
and who's to say now they don't have 50 of them stored up, stand on a mountain and shoot all 50 at one time. I don't think we could handle it, and we'd lose a bunch of planes. So,
Yeah, and
we don't. It's a hornet's nest over there. I just don't. There's nothing good that ever comes out of fighting in the Middle East.
no, and we've had to tread softly in regards to all the oil supply there. We can't just go in there in haphazard, right? Because that cuts off all these other countries, not necessarily
yeah,
us.
it cuts out the people that. I mean, the whole world. I mean,
Yeah.
India, Pakistan, Korea, Austria. I mean, nobody helped us on this too.
That's also true. Also true.
And that's. I don't know what's going to be the outcome of that, but I think that's even if we're doing something that everybody doesn't approve of, I think we don't want this kind of judgment. I think we expect the allies to come and back our hand once we're in it.
Yeah, I think
I don't think I want a friend that's just going to decide whether or not they like the issue that I've gotten in trouble on.
I think that's fair, and I think we've done that a lot over the years, and we also have been involved with Iran, Iraq for a long time. I mean, the tanker war of 87 to 88. There was 1987 Operation Nimble Archer, which is U.S. forces attacked 2 Iranian oil platforms. Praying Mantis, 1988, U.S. warship, U.S. Navy retaliated. And then the hostage crisis of 79-81 was Tehran. We've been through a lot of stuff with them.
Did either Iraq or Iran's been a pain in our butt
for years.
For 50 years, maybe longer.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, the UN wants to stop this. And no, it's just, we just got to get out of there. I mean, if we need to go back and bomb them on something, I'm all for that. But these Marines, they make me nervous out there. I hope they just need to go home. They don't need to be getting on the ground and dealing with these people because, again, we have been doing pinpricks for the last 5 weeks, bombing this mobile charger and doing this and doing that, and occasionally something bigger, but not a lot bigger, because we didn't want to run up a bunch of casualties, and people are bitching about this and that. Think about World War II. When America's bombers came out of England and went over to Germany, we carpet bombed the places.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we blew up churches and anything that was in the path.
Yeah, pretty much the whole thing.
We did it all, carpet bombed. And now, we got to do a pinprick here, pinprick there.
Yeah.
And they've got a 1 million-person army. And if you were really serious about this, you got to go and kill the army people.
Yeah, I mean, there's something weird about that.
It's just we're not serious about this. It's like every other war we've been in since, including Vietnam. Anybody that's a pilot, and there are still some alive, that will tell you they had so many lists of things they couldn't do.
Yeah, which makes it really hard to fight a war.
We can't hit this. We can't do this. Yeah. And it's hard to fight a war when you've got mostly things you can't do.
Yeah, I would agree.
But the enemy has no rules.
So
they can do anything,
right?
And this whole thing, we just don't need to play in this sandbox. We really don't.
I'll give it to you. I mean, we've talked about this before about how it's been going on since before we were live. There's never been a solution. It seems like it's just ongoing. So what is
got to keep
the play?
You just got to keep the water in the lake.
Yeah, I guess
try
that's
to keep the water in the lake, keep the dam from breaking.
In the meantime, we got a president with 2.5 years left. So who can last 2.5 more years? We can all.
But remember, how this started, this administration.
Yeah.
The Democrats and Republicans, have never been further apart than they've been since Trump got there.
That's fair.
And after his first administration, they vowed to get him, impeached him, and did everything they possibly could. And he didn't win the second time for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It just simply lost. American people had enough, and maybe there was other things that happened on that. But then he wins this time, and he gets in. But remember, they said as soon as he got in there, we're going to do chaos and obstruction.
That's right. Yeah, promise.
And they have been totally consistent on that promise since they got in there. And that's why the TSA has been jacked around, and all you hear is, they want to prosecute Trump for war crimes.
Oh, I've seen that.
They're just off the page.
Yeah,
They're just
I've
off the
seen all that,
page.
and also in the meantime, we've heard nothing about Minnesota, California, the fraud, the money. We've heard nothing about that as we roll up on tax time. Right, I'm writing a check
Yeah.
to the federal government and thinking as I write this check, wow, I wonder where it's going to go. I
Yeah.
wonder
Who am I paying for?
who's going to get it, right? The last illegal immigrant that came across and started a daycare center, and I don't know. I don't know any more about that.
There's just so much going on, like that.
Yeah,
The fraud, you know, the Middle East has got people, I think, just depressed and troubled.
yeah.
I understand it's hurt the housing market in the fact that because of interest rates, and people are a little nervous about jumping into something right this minute because of
It's
the world.
it's a roller coaster, Jimmy. One week you have a drop, you have an inventory surge, and then next week inventory they were wrong. There's less inventory than they thought, but the rates go up, and then people go, I better buy something, and then next week I better not buy, I better wait. It's a mess. It's a mess.
And used car prices, for example, are the highest in 3 years.
Isn't that crazy? And they were just starting to taper back down, and all of a sudden here we go again. And buying new, I don't know. Pretty soon it's going to be just about equal. You may as well buy a new one.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a new one and I paid out the ear for it, but
Yeah.
I don't know what I just think when you see these houses, that a shack now, not much more, maybe more than a shack, but I mean, well, a shack in some cases, one bedroom things in New York,
Well, yeah.
for $500,000, for
I
one bedroom, nothing.
I know people that are moving out of a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that's over $1 million in a given area, and they're buying a 3,500 square foot house on 5 acres for same price. Now, I know one place may be more desirable than others, but I could tell you right now, where they're living, I don't want to live, and I would much rather have a little elbow room, than
Oh yeah.
and live in a nice new house rather than an old one that's got all kinds of problems. But yeah, it's gotten out of hand, and especially in certain areas, like you said, New York, California, the Washington, the West Coast, extremely expensive, East Coast, same thing.
I just don't see how salaries, I don't see how people do it, and particularly when you have, gasoline that goes up a whole bunch like it's doing, and everything is going to go up because of this, because the world, this is what happened when Biden got in there. He cut out all the gas,
Yeah.
in oil exploration, and it made all the prices of everything go up. And boom, 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 there we were with inflation. Then all of a sudden we had to give raises to fast
Minimum
food
wage.
workers,
That's right.
and dog chasing its tail.
Yeah.
And then here we are again, and now we got gas prices going. Are we going to give more raises to people? I mean, I don't know. I think it's got people disturbed,
I think
and
you're right.
I think they're mad at the Republicans and the Democrats because I don't see. I'm kind of mad at both.
Yeah,
Myself.
I am too, and I feel like now, I mean, I just feel like this whole government thing is a distrust. It's a disconnect to the American people. We don't trust either side anymore. They all make up stuff. They all seem to be a little dirtier than I think I would ever be, and I'm not the cleanest guy on earth, but there's a lot of stuff going on that I would never even think of doing.
And the Republicans cannot work together.
Yeah, why is that? The Democrats seem
I
to be
don't-
able to do it,
The
but
Democrats are goose. I mean, they just do whatever
Yeah.
together. With John Fetterman seems to be the only one that doesn't walk in the marching band with them. But the Republicans, you've got this character out of North Carolina that's a senator, and you've got Rand Paul, and you've got
AOC.
4 or 5 of them. Well, the AOC's Democrat, but I mean on the Republican side.
Oh, on the Republican, yeah.
This guy, the congressman out of Kentucky, you've got the 2 senators from Maine and Alaska. You've got 4 or 5 or 6 of these senators you can't depend on.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
very wishy-washy, and you almost, it's just again, you want to have faith in these things, but it's hard, and it's hard to get on a team right this minute with somebody.
It's funny that you said that because I was thinking about the analogy just the other day when you originally watched sports like baseball, basketball, whatever, football, whatever, even college football, you had players that were on that team through the duration. Let's say Alabama
yeah.
through 4 years, they were there. Now they're not there anymore. They jumped.
Alabama's center for the good team that made it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Alabama's center just went into the transfer
the
portal.
portal, and he's leaving. Okay,
There's no loyalty for any team.
right, and it's almost like that with politics now too, where it's like they jump ship for whichever way the wind is blowing. Doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. You brought up Fetterman the other day, and for those that don't know, you can always tell Fetterman because he's wearing a sweatshirt with a hoodie. Every time
I haven't seen him lately. I hear him.
Yeah, I see
Is
every
he still
time.
in his-
He's still
he's still
doing
in
it.
his hoodie deal?
He's still
Okay.
doing casual dress everywhere he goes. But I mean, these guys, they change as the wind blows. You talk about Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, all those guys. It's just whatever they're feeling that day, and it's hard for us to be loyal to a party, let's say, or to an ideal because they change so rapidly. It's crazy to me, but it's a lot like sports in that way.
Yeah, it's Michigan winning the championship. That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm
good
glad
for
my-
them. I mean, good for
I'm
them.
glad my daughter won a office pool. It's hard to win that thing because it's crazy.
Oh,
She
yeah.
picked Michigan.
She got the Sweet
and she
16.
won.
The whole.
She won Michigan.
Good
so
for her. Good
the
for
winner.
her. Wow.
And I
that's
think
great.
a lot of people thought it was a lot of other teams.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
had put down many other than she had Michigan. Only
Duke and
only
all
one in the pool
Wow.
that had it.
Wow. Good for her. Good for
So
her.
sometimes there you are. I was pretty happy for
Yeah,
her
agree.
on that. But I don't know. It's just weird times. Mario's a hit movie though. Woo! If you're a grandparent or a parent and you haven't seen the Mario movie, the last 20 minutes are pretty violent.
Really?
So it scared the 4-year-old,
Okay.
and but the second grader loved it.
Okay. It's
So there's a dividing line
when
there.
you say the Mario
the dragon just gets too much.
Okay.
Too
so
scary.
it's like Mario Kart or Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
the movie. Okay. Yeah, I might.
Yeah,
see
but they
that.
got a dragon that goes cuckoo. in
Okay.
there.
All right.
This is the 50th anniversary of Charlie's Angels. I don't know if you ever were alive when all that was going
I
on. But
love that show. I was part of. I had Farrah Fawcett's poster. A lot of you will remember the one with the serape, and she's wearing a rust-colored bathing suit.
I had that.
And then Cheryl Ladd. Who was it?
She took Farrah's place.
Kate.
Jacqueline Smith.
Yep. And Kate
and
Jackson.
then there was Kate Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah. Great show. Great
Kate
show.
Jackson was the original one that the producer picked, and he helped her. They wanted to have a brunette, a blonde, and I guess maybe some reddish hair.
Yeah,
I guess
that's a
Jacqueline
stretch.
Smith was
Yeah.
kind of a reddish hair.
Now, but
And,
you just described the original Charlie's Angels. There was a movie later
Yes.
on, but this is the original.
Oh, that
original.
was
Yeah.
terrible. That
Not
was
even
terrible.
close. Not even close.
No, this is the original Charlie's Angels with the original women.
50
And
years.
that did a lot. You have a lot of women that are probably retired now after 50 years.
Yeah.
But in the moments after Charlie's Angels, a lot of women got into police forces.
Really?
More than they ever done. And that was a real boom for women joining police.
Remember that they even had great cars. Remember that they had the Mustangs and they had all the.
Yeah, I
They
just
had
barely
all the
remember
good
that.
stuff,
I
yeah.
just remember, them Hello
Bosley.
Angels,
Yeah.
Hello Angels.
Was
How are
that-
you today, Angels?
Was that John Forsythe?
Yeah,
That did the
John
vo-
Forsythe.
yeah.
Hello Angels.
Yep,
that
yeah.
was-
They never got to meet him really in the show.
Yeah, it didn't. That was weird. And that was the weird part of that show. I don't
was
even know
weird.
if it's reruns. I did something that played I don't know where it runs and when, but I usually don't watch Jeopardy because it makes me feel stupid.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I don't know a lot of this. I don't know who was, Aristotle's third cousin, fourth
Right.
removed, and all that. I don't know all that stuff.
Right.
And what is the adjacent city to Mesopotamia? I mean,
Right.
I don't remember all that. It was flush and forget from school.
Right.
But
exactly.
Celebrity All-Star Jeopardy.
Oh,
was
we
on.
could play that. You and I could
I
play
know
that.
we can. I actually knew the answers to most questions.
They got to dumb it down a little bit.
They dumb it down, but it was still
Pretty hard.
testy.
Okay.
But yeah, I got it.
Okay.
And some things I guessed and I was right. But I felt good about myself
All
when I
right,
watched.
fair enough.
I don't feel good about myself watching Wheel of Fortune either.
That's a tough one too. It is
Because
a tough
I've
one.
never been good at puzzles.
Yeah, and that's a time thing.
And
You
I've
gotta-
never enjoyed that either. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh boy, you'll argue with my wife on that one. It's her favorite.
No, that's what a lot of people
Favorite.
do. I
Oh,
know
she loves that show.
my house.
I'll pass
Oh,
on
you
it.
mean she likes puzzles?
Yes,
Plays?
she loves that. She plays a Sudoku. She watches Wheel of Fortune. She's good at that.
No,
Good at that.
no.
Nope,
I just
I
play with
pass.
Chat GPT and try to talk to Chat GPT and say, "What can you do with this?"
It's crazy, isn't it? What it can do.
That's a
Man.
pretty amazing thing. And AI, man, more people are losing their jobs everywhere, because of it already.
Yeah, sure.
And people have just got to be very aware. Can my job be replaced
Hmm.
by a computer?
Yeah,
And
I mean that was the worry with computers. That was the worry with you remember Y2K and all that, which was different, but it was computers involved. Car manufacturing, all that stuff was computer takeover.
absolutely.
And we
But
survived. We survived.
and there's certainly, and I don't think AI can replace plumbers,
No,
air
God,
conditioning
no.
people,
Mm-mm.
but they can replace police,
Well, some, yeah,
robots, some
yeah,
robotic things, and
yeah,
we've seen these drones and they're replacing pilots. I
yeah.
think pilots are going to be in the military is going to be what's going to be extinct
Isn't that something?
because, you got to go through that dance we had to go through this past week of rescuing them.
Mm-hmm.
When we're
Yeah,
making some pretty big drones now and
yeah.
probably better off just letting drones do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that. I watched a special it's been a while, it's been a couple of years, but they had AI flying basically a simulation of say, an F-35 with a real pilot.
Yeah.
And he lost 2 out of 3 dogfights
Yeah.
because he couldn't quite react quick enough. But what made him win finally after 2 losses was the human angle. Something that was not logical. He did something illogical, but it learned.
Well, and that's what you did. It could probably learn.
It
It's
does.
like those Waymo cars.
Mm-hmm.
There have been several circumstances where they get into a weird situation and just freeze.
Yeah, I saw that. One
Well,
of them got jammed somewhere. Oh, emergency
on a
vehicle.
train track was one place it stopped.
Yeah,
And then in a construction zone, they're not, because some construction zones are kind of weird.
wonky. Yeah.
And they're just not used to it. Now I have a truck now that drives itself. It has called blue something,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wants you to keep your hands near the steering wheel, but you can let go, and it'll take the curves of the interstate and do all
How
that.
hard is it for you to not touch the wheel?
Very,
I don't know if I can
So
do it. I don't know if I
I
can
mean,
do
I
it.
do it a little bit, but it won't let you look away though. If
Okay.
you look away, it's watching your eyes,
Really?
and if you look away, it'll go beep beep beep. Put your eyes back on the road.
Really?
Yeah, so it's
Fascinating.
watching you for your eyes. But yeah, I mean, I've let it. I had my hands like right here,
Yeah,
right in
yeah.
the 10 and 2 position, but not touching it.
And it
And
was
while
fine.
it went around the curve, it was dumb. And oh
But
my
was it
God,
smooth? I mean, was it a good
yes,
curve? Yeah. Okay.
very, very completely
Well,
smooth.
maybe we rethink that.
No, it doesn't pass people. I don't think, because it slows down when it comes up near somebody. But
Mm-hmm.
I had to kind of move it out here in the passing lane, then it'll go scoot up.
That's wild. I'll have to see that. Well, yeah, I'll have to see that. I
Yeah,
saw
you'll see it.
I saw an instance where a Waymo car was getting passed by police and emergency vehicles, and it flipped out, and the cop had to pull over, get out, get in the Waymo car, and move it
Oh
because
yeah,
it
'cause
was
they didn't know what
blocking.
to do.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
blocking the emergency vehicles. So yeah, still got some glitches, but it sounds like with yours, it's worked out pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't let it. It pretty much tells you when you can activate it.
Mm-hmm.
It offers it to you,
Yeah, that's kind of
and
neat.
that's blue something that it's called is available.
That's wild. All
So
right.
it is. Yeah, that is wild.
Okay, a lot of people are saying, Jimmy, online, it's great the United States decided to make us think they went to the moon again. Let's talk about it.
people. Well, there's a good movie I watched
Okay.
last weekend. I highly recommend it. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
It's called Fly Me to the Moon
Oh, I've seen it.
with
Great.
Scarlett Johansson and who is that? Channing
Yeah, where they kind of make
Channing Tatum or something
they
like
make
that.
a backup of the moon landing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
great.
it's just they spent a lot of money to make everything look right.
Mm-hmm.
They took the original footage and high definition it like they did
Yeah.
with the Beatles Get Back, so they smoothly run between the new and
Yeah.
the old.
Yeah, it's
You
cool.
don't know the difference, and that was a fun movie. It was nice.
I
and it was
agree.
cute. Woody
And
Harrelson
yeah,
was
and
good in there.
it really didn't take a side to any kind of questioning of it. It just said,
No,
well, this is possible. This could have happened, but it's also possible that likely that happened. So it's kind of interesting. I loved it. I thought it was a good
I
movie
loved
too.
it. I love that movie. I thought it was
Yeah,
really.
I agree.
It's the first movie I really enjoyed in
Yeah,
a long time.
super good
So,
movie.
but I'm telling you, these TV shows, man, these networks and TV stations, and all this kind of even ESPN is laying off a bunch of people because they paid way too much for rights to stuff. The advertising stuff with people cord cutting and all that stuff is down. They're not getting from digital what they got from over-the-air broadcasting. So that was a big mistake getting in bed with all that. They're paying these NFL owners are bandits, man. They're
Oh,
bandits,
they're taking it
and they're
all.
getting way too much money for what they got,
Yeah.
and it's costing, and that's rolling downhill to the consumer. You know, where you've got these big cable bills because you're paying these NFL players, you know, all the money that they're getting.
It's
So,
funny that you brought that up because today I got an email and it said, you just paid off your NFL subscription for the year. I just paid my final payment of $47 a month for whatever. So it's going to auto renew, and I'm going to pay $400 so I can watch all the NFL games.
well,
And I'm debating
I know
that.
people that are doing that with MLB,
Yeah,
so they can
that's
watch
true. It's true.
because they've divided all that pie up so much. If you're trying to find your favorite team, chances are you can't.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. No doubt.
Oh yeah, there's just a lot going on out there. It's going to be interesting to see how this politically shakes down. It's going to be interesting to see how we get out of this Middle Eastern mess that we're in because we do need to get out of it.
Yeah, good description. Middle Eastern mess. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
it
Middle
really
Eastern
is.
mess, dangerous mess.
A dangerous mess for sure. Yeah, and who knows by now we could be on the way out already. We don't know when we're doing this podcast.
They
But
said the CIA has the way they found that guy up. He was hiding. The pilot was hiding in a crevice.
yeah, needle in a
They
haystack.
have something. They have a secret technology called ghost murmur,
Well, it's not that secret
and
anymore.
it's a
Right?
new tool that detects heartbeat from miles away.
Oh my god, we're doomed. I mean, it's a great thing, but oh my gosh, they can find all of us, Jimmy.
Yeah, they can find us.
That's crazy.
And the moon pictures, I can't wait to see those. I've had a few out, but not many. They got to wait.
Yeah.
I guess they got to wait till they come home.
Yeah, I
I
saw a
want to
nice.
see some of this high definition stuff they've done.
I saw some detailed pictures of a crater that they had up close.
Did
You've
they?
probably seen that. That was pretty cool.
I haven't really. I've only seen like 2 pictures.
Oh
so
yeah,
far.
there's not a lot coming out of that. There was more coverage of the funny smell coming from the bathroom
Yeah, they're having
than-
toilet problems
than anything
up there.
else. That was kind of interesting.
And they're not really talking about how if they've resolved it or they're just using diapers.
Yeah, they
Ew.
haven't. Yeah, can you imagine? Whatever. They're committed. But I'm astonished because I've never really paid attention. I wasn't alive with the last moon launch back in the day. I was throughout some of the Apollo missions, but not at the very beginning. And
Yeah.
so as I'm looking at this, I'm astonished by the airspeed at which they travel. I mean, you start looking at some of that. They're going
yeah.
25,000 miles an hour to break free from the Earth's
And
gravity.
that's why the movie, the right stuff, if you've never seen that, is so fantastic.
Also
It's one of the
great,
greatest movies ever made. And then Apollo 13, I think is one of the best movies ever
Was
made.
that Tom Hanks?
That was the one where they have a trouble. They have to go around the moon, but they don't get to stop.
Yeah, great.
And
Great
and they
movie.
had to solve the problem, or they'd never gotten home.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
So-
Great movie.
That was a great movie and true.
Yeah.
So the space program has been fascinating. I loved watching those shuttle missions take off, the few that I got to watch.
Let me ask you a question about that because you've seen a lot of those live, right? You were
A
there,
lot.
and
Night launches, day launches. all kinds.
There's some talk online of people saying, "Oh, when the rocket takes off, it's barely moving, it's hardly moving through the
That's
sky."
true.
And so as it accelerates, can you tell? I mean, can you see it picking up speed, and just like, whoa, all of a sudden it's out of here?
If you're trying to take a picture of it, if
Yeah.
you're not with your eyes, but I mean you're looking through a camera
Yeah.
and you're focused on that son of a gun is moving so quick, you don't
Oh,
realize
interesting.
how fast it's going. But
So
you see it, and because you think you're going to hear it and see it at the same time, you don't.
okay.
You see it, and then boom, 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 at least that long before you first hear the
Really?
yeah, it takes 4 or 5 seconds because you're several miles away for the sound to carry. It's like with
Interesting.
thunder. When you see the lightning,
Mm-hmm.
then you start counting whatever you used to count, and then there's a formula for you to figure out how far away the lightning was from you.
Yeah, seconds equal to miles or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
something like
that.
that. Yeah.
And same way with the rocket launch. And then when it hits you, oh my God, the thing is so loud
Mm-hmm.
and so deep and so strong. And the brightness of the fire for the first 10 or 15 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
it was completely dark. And then here goes the shuttle. It lights up and it looks like it's just, a little bit. And then it all of a sudden, it's as bright as the sun coming up.
Wow, fascinating.
Lights the whole area for
So-
about 10 seconds, and then it dims as it goes up.
Totally, I can hear the passion in your voice when you're talking about it. So you love it, obviously.
It's so exciting, and it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
And
See,
you've
that's the
waited
thing.
so long,
Yeah.
for it too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think about that, and I think about the sky is so big, and you see this little tiny speck going across the sky. Of course, it looks like when you look up at a jet, even that's going overhead.
Yeah, you
it
can't
looks
tell
like,
it's going 500 miles an hour.
right. Exactly. But fascinating.
And then I've seen it from. There was a couple people that they don't stop the air traffic.
Mm-hmm.
They stop it from right there over the Cape.
Yeah.
But you could go in toward Orlando, which is 50, 70 miles, and the traffic's still going on.
So can you see it if you're in a plane?
Yes, I've seen it.
Oh,
I saw a shuttle launch
from
the
an
plane.
airplane.
And
Wow.
several people have posted pictures of it,
Yeah.
going up. They see it lighting up, and then they watch it. And it doesn't take that long till it's even with them,
Yeah.
and they're at 35,000 feet.
Right.
And then but see, it's going up while it's going over, but not so much over. It's good a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So it's just really exciting.
Yeah.
To
Well.
see anything. Even there's Delta rockets, which they put satellites up with. I think they're not flying those anymore, but some of these things, any rocket going up like that is cool.
Well, I mean,
It's just
I'd go
cool.
back to when we were kids. I don't know if you did any model rocketry when you were a kid.
Yeah, even little dookie things
It's
like
great,
that.
man. It's fun to do that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But to watch a real rocket go up,
Oh, I've never done it. I've never done it.
it's exciting to photograph, and it's that engine roaring and just all that. I've seen a lot of when I was hanging around Central Florida a lot. They tell you we're gonna have a Delta launch today. Sometimes it would go, sometimes it wouldn't. But you could get over there at Jetty Park, I think was the name of one of the places that's on the other side, just outside the Cape Canaveral Air Station.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, it was pretty close to you when it went up.
Wow.
You could almost feel the heat.
Wow.
But yeah, and I've watched it from the mound where they have the big clock. You've seen the clock.
Oh, yeah, on
Countdown
TV,
clock.
yeah.
That's called the mound.
Yeah.
And I've watched it from the mound. And it's just every kind of different location for it, and it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all great.
You had mentioned something to me that I didn't know when we were watching the launch before or after the podcast last week. And you had mentioned the big water tower next to the launch site, which I did not know what that did. I thought that was all smoke.
That's why you have so much white stuff coming out of there. It's not smoke, it's steam.
So it's pumping like cooling water into the
to keep that rocket from burning up the pad.
Interesting. Just fascinating stuff. But you
Yes,
never
nice.
hear, nobody ever talks about stuff like that. They just, here's the rocket launch,
Yeah.
we watch it, But it's very cool, very fun, and interesting to see what happens Now, when's this thing supposed to come back? Is it this
Friday.
week? Friday.
This week, the 10th.
Yeah, okay.
They're on their way home now.
Yeah, so they've already
It's
gone
going to
around.
land off the coast of San Diego.
And they're water bound. They're going to land in the ocean.
Oh, yeah, land in the water. Well, Russians land on land.
Interesting.
And I never have understand how that works out, but we land in the water.
Yeah, it's got to be a tough landing. Well, until we do this all again next week, God willing, I'm Derik Walker. He is
Jimmy Carter.
Good day.
Good day. Da-da-da.